Hi, I'm Marc-André Camel and I'm talking to you from my home in Paris. The whole world has now been hit by the coronavirus, and while countries are at different stages of the pandemic, retailers around the world have scrambled to meet the threat. As the crisis started to build up, the world of retail diverged in many ways. Retail subsectors went in different directions. Grocery, for instance, experienced a surge with many waves of stockpiling and panic buying of daily essentials, while on the other hand, discretionary categories like apparel and luxury, but also restaurants, strongly decelerated as foot traffic plummeted and social distancing measures were implemented. Consumer adoption of online accelerated greatly, while offline started to struggle and even close. In fact, online has become the lifeline both for consumers looking for products, but also for retailers looking for cash. Unfortunately for retailers, with the inevitable implementation of hard lockdowns, supply chain issues started to emerge and labor shortages are threatening to cripple the operations. Around the world, retailers were forced into action to protect their business with decisive and enormous leadership. They first ensured the safety of their employees and their customers, and then fought for the continuity of business wherever possible, implementing emergency response teams, simplifying assortment, collaborating with manufacturers to ensure continuity of supply, implementing backup staffing plans, acting to increase online capacity and to shore up their logistical power. But increasingly, this won't be enough anymore. Retailers will need to pivot from the emergency response of the beginning to planning the post-COVID phase. They will first go through a phase of weeks, potentially months of recovery. They will need to remobilize their people, to re-engage and acquire customer relevance, and to restart, replug most of their business systems from supply to logistics to pricing, promotions, etc. But they will also need to retool for the new normal, which means mobilizing resources once again to ask the very hard strategic and organizational questions about their business to emerge stronger and with more resilience. They must adapt, for instance, their value proposition, their capabilities, their ways of working to the new realities of the market, and they must plan bold moves. The world post-COVID will be very different, and retailers will have to face unprecedented levels of change. Take consumer expectations, for instance. There is no doubt that this crisis will have changed them. More consumers might be hooked on online. Price sensitivity might increase, brand appeal might erode, sustainability will become table stakes. The competitive landscape will also have changed, as some competitors will emerge very weak from this crisis, while others will have increased their strengths, including digital natives. Operations will be reconfigured. Look for flexible local supply chains with AI-powered demand forecasting, more asset-light models where partnerships will allow retailers to acquire some of the online capabilities, the new trade-off between onshore and offshore sourcing, and also an opportunity to zero-base cost and make all the operations, including online, profitable. Consolidation will undoubtedly accelerate and scale will matter increasingly. It sounds like a daunting mission, but it's a very exciting one. Companies embrace this agenda early on and with resolve will build their innovation muscle, will increase their agility and resilience. They will emerge as the hands-down winner of this new normal.